My name is Simone Emmett, coming to you from San Francisco, California. I'm the Program Associate of Enough, Place to End Gun Violence, and today I'll simply be guiding you through a few exercises just to get you writing. Now, these lessons were meant to be used in the classroom, but because of the world that we live in today, we're meeting you where you are. So let's get to it. This entire session will simply allow you to get words onto a page. To warm up to that, I'd like you to take a moment just to write or type without stopping in a stream of consciousness sort of style. Write whatever you can, whatever comes to mind, even if it's, I don't know what to write. Do that until you do know what to write. And do not stop writing or typing, even if it becomes gibberish. I'll give you 3 minutes and we'll return here. Ready? Go. There's a visual timer on the screen, but feel free to set one on your own and skip ahead when it's done. I'll let you know when we're a minute from stopping. One more minute. Back. So why did we do that? Well, as we get ready to start writing, sometimes it's helpful to clear our minds as we brainstorm. Just like you'd stretch before a run or before you play basketball, free writing helps you warm up for when you start to work on your play. So let's jump right in. First, sketch out 3 ideas for your short play. You don't have to go into great detail. Think of this as 1 sentence for each idea. If you think of more than 3, great. I'll give you 3 minutes to do this. We are going to work fast, and it might not feel like you have enough time, but you do. Don't think as much. Write down your first instinct. Ready? Go. this is your final minute. Great. Now take a moment to pick the idea that most excites you. Pick whichever one you want to write. Maybe it's the one you see clearest in your head, and start to create a list of characters. Use at least 2 sentences to describe each character. You have 5 minutes. You're halfway there. Just a few more minutes. one more minute here. All right, you've got the basic premise for your play. You've got some characters. Now write a 1 to 3 sentence synopsis of your play. You can even use the first sentence to describe what happens in the beginning, 1 to describe what happens in the middle, and 1 to describe what happens in the end. And if you know your main character, try to make those sentences focus on them. You've got 7 minutes. You're halfway there. One more minute. Make sure you've considered all questions on the screen. Okay, final step. You've already gotten the hardest part of developing your play idea out of the way, and that's creating the foundation for your concept by giving yourself a beginning, middle, and end. And if that changes, that's okay, but at least you've got a map for where you think you're headed. Now let's dig in a little bit deeper and start to think about your plot points and an ending. I'm going to give you 7 minutes to write a full synopsis for your play. Well, how do you do that? Well, think of your play as a series of dominoes. The first domino being the beginning of your play, which falls into the next domino or moment of your play, into the next moment, all the way through the end. And if you find extra time, take the moment of the play that most excites you and start writing that part of your play. Ready? Your time starts now. You're halfway there. Make sure you've considered all questions on the screen. And 1 more minute. Amazing work. I know this was a lot of writing and not a lot of time, but I hope you were able to trust your instinct and develop the beginning of a great idea for your play. As you move into the next stage of writing, reflect and consider a couple of questions after this video concludes. Maybe even let someone else have a read and ask these questions of them as well. First, what are elements of the story that are most intriguing? What part of the plot or character journey needs clarification? Then, believe it or not, it's time for you to move on to start writing your first draft. How long should you take? Well, give yourself less than a week. It doesn't have to be right, it just has to be written. We hope this guide has been helpful. If you need more help along your writing process, feel free to check out our resources page. There, you'll find examples of play formatting and our Getting Started Toolkit, which includes additional writing prompts, statistics on gun violence, the submission guidelines, and more. We're still looking for unique voices from all over the country to talk about the impact of gun violence, and that includes you. We look forward to reading your play.